Man, so here it's 2 p.m. on a Saturday,
Mhm.
and at the house we had a really enjoyable morning. It was just a Chris Duhon research, make sure I don't forget anything. So my son, he's 9 years old, he's a little basketballer, and man, we had so much fun going over everything from your college days to McDonald's All American,
Mhm.
that New York Knicks, that 22 assist game that you had. We just geeked out, and it was all Chris Duhon all day here today. So just to catch up in case I'd missed anything, but that was one of the things I really wanted to talk to you about, was because that particular season I was a huge Knicks fan,
Mhm.
because in New Zealand everybody claims an NBA team, but it's kind of silly because we're in New Zealand on this island. So it's kind of silly when someone's like a diehard Lakers fan, because we just get to pick whoever we want to support. And at the time, I was all about that New York Knicks team, and I just loved that roster with, so many of those players that had come straight from high school, and some of those dudes. So I watched a lot of games that season, so I really enjoyed watching that game this morning with my son. And I think David Lee had like 37 points.
Yeah.
Um, so my question to you was, that's a New York Knicks record.
Yeah.
Nobody's had more than 22 assists in a game is an all-time record for the Knicks. But I was just wondering, what stands out to you in that game? What do you remember?
It was a very high scoring game. Golden State, Don Nelson was the coach then, so they kind of played the similar style that we played, which
Right.
was up and down, no defense. Whoever scores the most wins. It was just kind of one of those games. It was around Thanksgiving, so that was a little extra special for me because my family I came up to New York to spend Thanksgiving holiday with me. So it was cool to be able to do that in front of the family as well. So uh, yeah, man, it was just again a high scoring game, and we're pretty much getting whatever we want on pick and rolls as far as layups and dunks. David Lee and I have built a great connection together. We were getting everything we want. I think Al Harrington had a high 20-point game as well. He played really well. We shot the ball well. Everything we threw up was kind of going in, and
Yeah.
it was just kind of, it was fun to be a part of, and yeah, it was real fun.
So, Chris, in a game like that, let's say if your shot's going, you start hunting for your shot. You start trying to look for opportunities to get the shot. When you start kind of feeling the game, you kind of find your teammates. Is it kind of the same thing? Like, where you really start trying to find those assists and your mindset shifts, or was it just presented itself that many times in that game?
Yeah, it's for me, it's kind of similar. For me, I'm always thinking like, what's next? So I'm thinking, okay, here, we're getting this pick and roll here. Eventually, someone's going to come help. So, who's the guy that's going to come help? So who's going to be the next option? So that's kind of how, I was thinking throughout that game, especially with us being able to establish the pick and roll early. Was thinking, okay, how are they gonna adjust and make sure that I'm ready to handle that adjustment as well. So, like I said, the game was kind of up and down, and pretty much you could have threw it to anybody, and they was gonna make a shot. At that point, it was just kind of hitting the open man, and most of the time he was gonna make the shot.